Hello and welcome to Extra Time at the Red and Blue Sessions, our weekly bonus episode.
That's right. Every Tuesday, we'll drop these extra episodes where we dive into your questions, debates, and hot takes. You send them in, and we break them down with all the passion, rivalry, and banter you'll expect.
Plus, we'll be battling it out for Player of the Week, where Liam and I each pick one standout player from across the world of football and argue why our choice is the right one. Who stood out, who flopped, and which one of us will actually win this debate for once.
Want to have your say? Email us at theredandbluesessions@gmail.com or DM us on social media. Your opinions could shape our next episode.
Right, let's get into it, Marshy. So John says, "Hi Corey and Liam, massive football fan here. My question for you today is two separate ones. Firstly, who is your favourite player ever for each team? Secondly, create a combined 11 of both teams. However, there must be 5 and 6 players of each team. It cannot be one team dominated. Many thanks, guys, and all the best, John." Thanks for your question, John. I mean, these are two good questions, aren't they, Marshy?
Yeah, it is an excellent question. I'm now struggling to think of my best Everton player because I only love two players. And you know what? Funny enough, they're both in the Moyes era as well. I'm gonna have to say Leighton Baines. I know the other side of me saying Duncan Ferguson. I'm saying Leighton Baines for me. To have a fullback that can score free kicks. Yeah, I'm saying Baines.
Oh, I mean, I've got the world of Liverpool to pick here. Oh, there's so many. You've got Gerrard, you've got Carragher, it's one of those for Liverpool. They've had so many legends where you could literally pick.
Torres.
Yeah, you could literally pick anyone. Rush. I mean, but to be
Yeah,
honest,
but you've got to think. Pick a player that you've watched. You can't pick players that you haven't watched, like Rush.
okay. Well, I watched Gerrard. There you go, Gerrard.
Okay.
I mean, his strike against it was West Ham, wasn't it? The lovely cushion header to Gerrard.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a
Then
banging goal.
I think that was in the FA Cup. I think wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or it was at the game.
Yeah. Okay, well, now we have to do this one. Create a combined 11 of both teams. However, there must be 5 and 6 players of each team. It cannot be one team dominated. Ooh. I mean, let's go down. We'll start with goalkeeper. I mean, let's be honest, there's only 3 real candidates for goalkeeper. Alisson, Dudek, and Pickford.
I'd throw Tim Howard in the hat
Okay.
though as
Oh
well.
yeah, Tim Howard.
But what formation are we doing though?
Oh,
Is it 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3?
I mean, let's be honest. I think of a suitable 4-4-2, the
Okay,
old way
okay,
of mostly teams would play their formations.
okay. Yeah, 4-4-2 sounds good. For me, I'd say Alisson. I know it's controversial, and every fan saying Alisson, but I'd say Alisson. Even though how much Pickford's done well for us the past couple of seasons, I think I'd go with Alisson just for that rock and the goal. I'd say.
I'm stuck between Dudek and Alisson because obviously seen the highlights of Dudek play and obviously saved the 2 penalties in the Istanbul final to basically win us the Champions League, and obviously made some amazing saves in that game, kept us from losing a lot of the times. And I haven't really seen him play, but seen highlights. But yeah, seeing Alisson play for Liverpool, I'll have to back Alisson and go with Alisson.
Okay, we'll go Alisson in goal. That's good. Fullbacks, there can only be one. I'm gonna put Baines in the debate there. I think
Put Baines on the left.
Baines on the left. With Baines, you knew what you were getting. Defensively, he was solid. Attacking, he was even better. And let's be honest, you knew when a free kick was going to go in anyway. So, yeah, I'm putting Baines there. There's no other fullback that I've ever watched over the years that wasn't as decent as Baines for Everton anyway. So,
I'm stuck now for right back. I don't know. Trent.
60 grand. Yeah, I'd say Trent's a fair shout. Yeah, we'll go with Trent at right back. The other one, I would throw Coleman in the shout there, but you know.
No, don't mention his name. Don't.
Seamus Coleman.
Don't mention his name. He does not deserve to be on here.
Yeah, he does. What a guy.
Right, so that's 2 Liverpool and 2 Everton players. So Now on to
No, we haven't picked. Oh, no, we picked to Liverpool one. Haven't.
oh yeah,
Alisson in goal,
yeah.
Baines of left back, Trent's at right
Well,
back.
I'm sure a centre back is going to get into the mix now for Everton. I mean, I'd put Jamie Carragher or maybe Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool.
That's a tough one for me. I've seen so many great centre halves play for Everton.
Jared Brantwaite.
No, you can't put him in yet. See, I've seen the likes of Jagielka, Yobo, Distan. Could I throw Tarkowski in that mix though? Because he's just your typical centre half, isn't he? That just bulldozes opponents. I'd say for the longevity side of it, that he's played with the club longer than the current 11, I'd say Jagielka. I know loads of Liverpool fans are going to hate me for saying that because of that worldie that he scored at Anfield to go us to draw that year. But yeah, I'll go Jagielka.
So Van Dijk and Jagielka, okay.
Oh, that's a naughty back line now, you know.
Okay, should we go centre midfielders or the two wingers?
We go centre mids.
Okay, Gerrard.
Okay, Gerrard. Single centre mid. Does he play centre mid? Does he? Oh, see, I've got loads of ones. I've got Arteta. I've got Cahill.
Gareth Barry.
No, I'd go Gareth Barry. I'm trying to think centre mids that played for us. Oh my God, Ajisa Gate, Corey. I'm trying to think of ones that will partner Gerrard in that midfield. I would say I go Cahill. That's a good little shout. Both box-to-box midfielders are empty, so I think they'll do well there.
Yeah. I mean, the two wingers, I mean, Salah, definitely. Gotta put Salah.
Left mid, I'm going Kevin Morales.
Ooh, good shout.
He was rapid for us and he was decent for us. Miss him on the wing.
Strikers, man, honestly, I got so many to choose from.
So am I.
Rush, Dalglish, Suarez,
You're
Torres.
picking players you've seen. You can't pick form players that you haven't seen play.
Well, Suarez and Torres I've seen play.
I mean, you've never seen Rush, have you? So
No, Suarez, Torres. It's between those two. Do you know, I'm going Suarez, and I'm not picking Torres for one reason. Leaves Liverpool, goes to Madrid, and then goes to United. What a snake.
see, looking back at my caliber, I've got some decent players I could pull out here. I've got Duncan Ferguson, big brute of a striker. I've got Andy Johnson. That's another rogue name that Liverpool fans don't want to hear too much because I know he dismantages. Got Wayne Rooney. I could put Wayne Rooney in the mix, couldn't I? Ooh. Do you know what? Because he's our top leading goal scorer in a Premier League season for Everton, I'm going to say Lukaku.
Oh, okay.
Because when he was at us, he was unstoppable.
Okay, so a quick rundown. We've got Alisson in goal. We've got Leighton Baines at left back, Trent at right back, two centre halves of Van Dijk and Phil Jagielka. Centre mids are Gerrard and Cahill. Right wing is Salah, left wing is Morales, and our two strikers up top are Lukaku and Torres. Jonathan.
That's a naughty lineup, that, you know.
Jonathan's going to be happy, hopefully, with that lineup. Ooh.
Yeah, John will be happy.
Well, thanks for your question, John. Now going to move on to another question that we got. So Jake says, actually, I'll let you read this one out, Marshy.
Okay. Jake says, "Hey Corey and Liam, love the podcast. Thank you, Jake. With all the drama around VAR recently, do you think it's actually improving the game or is it causing more problems than it solves? Should football go back to relying solely on the referee's decision or does VAR just need better implements? Would love to hear your thoughts, Jake." Right, Jake. VAR is a tough one. It is a touchy subject, I'd like to think, in terms of it just needs a bit more clarity. Let's not forget VAR was brought in to be like a walking stick for referees, so to speak. So if they were to get a decision wrong, they could go back and look at it. Do I think it causes more problems? No, I don't think it does. I think the referees cause them more problems than VAR. Like I said, VAR is meant to be like a little like a crutch, so to speak, as well. What would that change? The only change I would have said, which they are now doing, is letting the referees give out the verdict so the fans aren't just left wondering what's going to happen with the decision. I don't think it's improving the game, but I don't think it's disadvantaging the game, though. But there is a lot more that VAR could do. But I think if we rely too much on the referee's decision, they're going to make a mistake. They're also making mistakes with VAR anyway. So yeah.
I mean, for me, Drake, I mean, it's one of them. It's one of those things where VAR, it's good sometimes, bad other times. I mean, and it's leading to a lot of arguments about whether it should stay in the Premier League, whether it should go. And obviously, they released something actually, if maybe yesterday or like 2 days ago, where they're actually planning on improving the VAR. Probably the semi-automated offside thing is going to be bought and made better than what it currently is doing, because you can see it's still in the VAR, but it's still taking them forever to just figure out, oh, is he offside? Is he not offside? And it gets to a point where we've seen the amount of time that gets added on with these VAR decisions that actually leads to some teams losing because the opposition snatches a late goal and wins the game. And what happens is the teams get angry, and obviously you saw last season with Liverpool and Spurs, Diaz's goal was offside, but then when it came to actually looking back at it, it turned out that if they'd put the lines on, he would have been onside. But because they were too quick, I'm thinking, "Oh, he's offside." They didn't put the lines on. So they said, "Oh, he's offside." And obviously it led to PGMOL literally the same night during the post show on Sky to put out a statement to say it was human error. So in my opinion, VAR does need to change a bit. It needs to be, I think, brought in where someone from for VAR goes to each match and is like a VAR hub for that match in the Premier League, direct communication back to Stockley Park for each of them. Then obviously Stockley Park make their decision. Obviously they get the ref's decision, and I think the VAR hub that's in the stands should be in direct communication with the referee to give his verdict in the ground.
Yeah, I agree.
So now we're going to move on to Sarah's question. Sarah says, "Hey, Corey and Liam, great show. Thanks for the compliment. With the January transfer window now closed, which team do you think had the best transfer business and who had the worst? Are there any signings you think will be game changers for the rest of the season? Thanks, Sarah." Um, no. Unless Marcus Rashford somehow turns around and starts becoming the best player all of a sudden again. Not really. I mean, you could put an argument out there and put Mateus Tell in and say he could do good, but it just depends on whether he'll fit into the Spurs side and whether they actually will put the faith in Tell for the fans. And if they perform well, then yeah, some players will do good. But you look at it like some Man City and think none of those players are going to improve their squad.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one because I don't think there's been much January transfer business in terms of the Premier League as to because a lot of the PSR rules going on. Um, I do think I, the team I do think that's had the best transfer business. I've got to say Aston Villa. Come on, you've sold Duran to Al Nassr for 72 million, which could rise to 77 million with incentives. But I wouldn't say there's none team that's had the worst. Every team's kept the same squad that they had in from the summer. So obviously with a few low additions here and there. But I don't think there's any game changes either. I think I think we're in the middle of the season now where we're just everyone starts to sort of like settle themselves out a little bit.
Yeah, it usually seems to come out that it's summer transfer signings that seem to
Yeah.
improve the best because of the fact that there's that massive layoff and teams then are doing scouting, looking for players, and when they find someone, they sign them, and they seem to turn out to be amazing. I mean, you look at Liverpool and think, look at who we signed in the summer and stuff, who we've signed in the summer transfer windows, and look at what they've turned out to actually become. They've become players that have been amazing for us, and obviously they've moved on, but it's what they've done, and they've left a good mark in our club, and I think that's why our club gets so many fans, is because of the players that come to the club. Because when one player comes to a club from a nation, sometimes that nation looks at that player and think, "Oh, he'll be good for them. Let me watch him." And then obviously they end up becoming a fan of the club.
Yeah, 100%. You know, you look at us with Richarlison. We bought him and he loved the club and he still loves the club now. But I know he's on Spurs. But yeah, hey yo, good
Mm,
question though, Sarah. Very good question.
yep. I don't think that was a good move though to sell him to Spurs.
Oh, 100%. Because he's now made of glass. So yeah.
Okay, it's time for a quick break now. Liam and I will be back in just a minute with our Players of the Week. Hello and welcome back to the bonus episode of the Red and Blue Sessions, and we are here with our Player of the Week debate. So I'll throw, I think, a few players out, and then you throw a few players out, Liam.
Okay.
So for me, my Player of the Week shortlist: Chris Wood, Mo Salah. Who else really did well? Oh, Lewis Skelly.
Ooh, pretty good picks there, Corey. Who are you thinking of picking? Because I think I'd pick Chris Wood for your one, personally, because he's just firing all cylinders at the minute, isn't he, for Forest?
Yeah.
And Sally, you know what you're going to get with him. He's going to guarantee a goal, isn't he, or assist, or he's going to do something in a match. So yeah, I think Chris Wood would be a good show for your Player of the Week. In terms of mine, I've got a couple. I've got Lewis Skelly, obviously the same player as yours. Ethan Nwaneri. Don't know if I've just butchered that surname again. I'm going to throw Beto in the mix there. I think he's had a big turning point. And do you know what? I'm going to go with Morgan Gibbs-White as well. I think he's gone under the radar of Forest as well. But if I was to choose out of all them, it's not being biased, I would pick Lewis Skelly. Because he's going to be a very good, bright future as a footballer.
Yeah, I mean, he did good against City. Obviously, defended well, only conceding one goal. And obviously, you'd think with the amount of stuff that's been going on with him, obviously the red card being overturned and stuff. I think with that red card being overturned kind of gave him the passion to say, do you know what? I'm going to go out against City and put my heart out because of the fact that I got a red card, which wasn't a red card, and it got overturned. I'm going to show the referees that wasn't a red card and that it was a bad decision giving me a red card.
Yeah, exactly. And what big stage to do with that? Then that's City. So,
Yeah.
well, not at City, it was at Arsenal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But, against City, which is probably, I'd say, Arsenal's one of the biggest rivals. But, to do it on that stage against the top club like them, fair play to the lad. You've got to give credit where credit's due, haven't you? So
Yeah.
I'm going to say Lewis Skelly for me for this week.
Okay. I'm saying Chris Wood. I think the hat trick and the way he did it, he's just going to keep becoming a goalie machine, and I think he'll just carry on. And yeah, that's why he's my Player of the Week for this week. Well, that's a wrap on this week's bonus episode. Big thanks to everyone who sent in their questions and opinions. You lot keep this show going.
If we didn't get to yours this time, don't worry, keep them coming. Email theredandbluesessions@gmail.com or drop us a message on social media and we'll cover it in a future episode.
And don't forget, bonus episodes land every Tuesday. I'll be back with a full episode on Friday. And for that bonus episode, we'll be discussing our FA Cup Player of the Week. So make sure you're following us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, or at theredandbluesessions.com.
Until next time, keep the debates going, keep the bands flying, and we'll catch you soon.
From me, Corey, up the Reds.
And from me, Liam, up the Toffees.